Hey everybody, Phil Town here from R.U.L.E Investing. Today we're diving into the story elements of a business and how to approach investing with that story in mind. Now keep watching for a rundown of the rule number one approach and how we learn from the experts. Yeah, so the story has, I'm saying 5 or 6 because it can vary a little bit, but the story basically has those small number of elements. The first one is that we want to know why we're even paying attention to this business at all. We call that radar. How did it get on our radar? Often it'll get on the radar because somebody we respect and whose portfolio we're following just bought that stock or just sold it. So it'll be on our radar for some good reason. Either it's in our circle of competence, it's something that we got interested in through something we read, maybe a competitive company, or it has a guru that's buying it. So it gets on the radar, and then we want to understand the business. This is the next piece. Understanding the business is broken into 4 elements we call the 4 M's: meaning, moat, management, margin of safety. So if we look at those 4 elements, when we put that package together, then we understand the business. Then the next thing we look at is, how do our values connect with this business? Do we love this business from the point of view of our values? If I'm, a simple one is, if I don't think smoking's a great idea for my kids, but I own Altria, then I own the company that makes the cigarettes that I'm telling them not to use, right? So this makes me a hypocrite as a parent. We wouldn't intentionally do that, but I guarantee you, if you're in an exchange traded fund with the S&P 500, you own 500 companies, and some of them you don't like, which makes you a hypocrite. Now, don't mean to be harsh, you're not doing it intentionally, but I truly believe that where you put your money gives you back karma. You think about it, maybe you'd agree with me. So think about what happens when you look at a business and see that it matches your values. Then you're connecting to that business. That's something you do want to see in the world in 20 or 30 years. It's not, and I'm not pitching a certain set of values. Warren Buffett loves Coca-Cola and Dairy Queen burgers, okay? Me, well, if I listen to my wife, I don't like either one of those things. She tells me I don't, so I don't. I prefer Whole Foods. So you match your values. We call that love. All right? So that's the next element we want to make sure is in there, because you're going to pay attention to stuff you really care about. And then we want to understand why this business is on sale. Wall Street doesn't just put things on sale. There's got to be a reason it goes on sale. We call that reason the event. So there better be an event. You need to understand what that event is and be okay with it, right? Maybe it's an event that's killing the company. I mean, there's a story change, right? It could be something that's happened in the story that no longer makes it a good story. But more often than not, an event is an opportunity for us to buy a great company. And then finally, we want to make sure we take that story and invert it. We want to look at why this business will fail. What's going to go wrong? What could kill it? So if you think about what I just said, I just built an acronym: radar, understand, love, event, story, inversion. R.U.L.E.S, the rules. That thing has been around for 50 years, not necessarily with that acronym, but each of those elements is an element of that story that's been around 50 years. So you build your story based on those things, and you will then be able to monitor that story to see if any of them are changing. That's it for this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. If you're finding this content valuable, be sure to subscribe below for weekly educational content and follow us on the rest of our social media platforms linked in the description.